right, guys. Um, this is Bleeku, and welcome back to another episode of the Geeks Advocate podcast. As I said, I did it backwards. My name is Bleeku, and I'm here with my co-host.
Rain. Not
Yes.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, it is backwards. I kind of mixed it up, but that's all right because it's been a minute and I'm out of practice. Don't
It
judge
has
me.
been. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Yeah, we just had some stuff going on the past couple of weeks. I know, Rain, you had the vaccine shot that kind of took you down.
Mess me up. Mess me up.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen, so I totally get it. Um, as for me, I've just been busy, and I know last week I had some audition stuff happening, so that kind of takes priority over this. Sorry, but I'm trying to
Definitely.
get
For
to a
sure.
certain place.
Right.
So, but yeah. So, what have you been up to, Rain?
Recently, photo shoots. I'm back on that now since a lot of people getting a vaccine. Like a lot of people want more photos. I'm vaccinated now, so it's easy for me to jump on that boat and get more jobs done. But yeah, doing those and like getting back into cosplay photography as well. There's a few people that want to get some shots done, so I've been relearning and jumping back into the action of that. How
Right,
about
right.
yourself?
Well, classes as usual. Trying to book some more auditions and find representation so I can get more auditions because believe it or not, it's actually harder than you think to do.
Mm,
So, other than that, getting back into cosplay and reworking my setup because I do want to start doing some streams that are cosplay.
nice.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do some in costume, of course, later on, but like construction more so.
Cool.
And I don't know about conventions yet, though, but I am gonna start booking some shoots, so I might have to holler at you for some photos, okay?
Hey, right?
But yeah, other than that, Twitch, been doing that. Schedule's too erratic for a set schedule, but I'm streaming more, and I feel like it's fairly consistent given
Yeah,
the time that I do it.
I think so. And it's so much fun to watch. If y'all have not catch the stream, it's twitch.tv/Bleeku. Yeah, I'm throwing it out there. Don't get
Uh,
mad at me. But yeah, like even when I'm at work or whatever, like it's cool to watch. And you have been on it. So
I
shout out to
appreciate
you.
that. Yeah, thank you for that. It's work. When I tell y'all streaming like on Twitch, it's a whole production. It's basically like you making your own show every time you go online cuz
Mhm.
there's a lot of like bells and whistles and things in the background that you as a viewer never see, but it's even harder when it's just like a one person show. And
Right.
like I know some people have maybe like a significant other or something that's kind of like moderating and controlling and stuff for them. I don't have that, but I do, like you help me out sometimes.
Mhm.
Choco, she's in the stream a lot, so she, helps to moderate, but it's fun. I enjoy it. That's why I do it.
Right.
So, anyway, let us move on to our first segment of the day, which is the
The
new.
new.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that new. First story that I have is Modoc because we brought this up. I know. It's so bad. Um, I brought this up in a previous podcast. And so I was like, this show looks like it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to watch it. And so it first aired, I think, on the 21st of this month. Now, we've been away for a couple of weeks. So, some of this stuff might be a little bit dated, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it. I tried, y'all. I really did. Okay. Several times, in fact, it took me forever just to make it through episode 1.
Wow.
I kept losing interest
Mhm.
halfway through the episode. Like, I would start watching and then be like, squirrel, because
Right.
it's that was more interesting than the show. But I pushed through for the sake of the podcast and still didn't make it past episode 2. But
Mm-mm.
what did you think?
10 years too late. That's how I will rate this show. Like back in the days of Robot Chicken
You took long.
and that's like I mean, you understand it then because like
Yeah.
this first episode was rough. I mean, I see what they tried, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it felt old and it felt
Yeah. Dated.
bad. Yeah, I was
Felt
just
dated.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not watching episode 2. I'm just going to after it got to maybe like 75% in, I kind of fast forwarded a little bit. And
Yeah.
there's a couple of times I did like chuckle, but that was about it. Like I don't know.
Chuckle is strong. That's a
Yeah, I know, right?
strong
It's
term for
like
what happened. That's,
okay.
yeah, it was like, oh, something in my throat kind of
Right.
thing. It wasn't so much of a laugh.
Right.
But no, I was like, yeah, that was my description of it to you when I told you that I started watching it. Was like,
Right.
this is basically Robot Chicken if Robot Chicken was written by adults for our audience that's not adults. So it's just awkward. You
Yep.
know, it's like when your parents try to use slang terms and it just sounds weird coming out of their mouths.
Right. Yeah.
That's the general vibe of that show. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You
I had a
know,
lot of
like it's,
questions.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like your parents finding speech from TikTok and trying to work that into a normal conversation and it just doesn't work.
I agree.
I thought you were going to say something.
No, I agree completely. Like it's just, and I know it's like, you know, we beating up this show and I only watched one episode, but it left me
Well,
like, I don't know. I'm just asking
it didn't
questions
get
like,
better.
why it didn't? Yeah,
It didn't get
see?
better in episode 2. So
Yeah,
valid.
I'm not trying anymore. If it doesn't get me like the first episode, at least like entertaining. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
entertain me a little bit. And then like if the story's kind of like then I can like lead into that. But they didn't have anything for me. It looked like it was supposed to be funny, but it just wasn't funny.
Yeah. It was trying too hard and I hate to like sound like we're being bashing and negative and stuff about it, but it just never I just kept hoping that it would get better. I said, okay, let's give it another episode. And then it was just this weird going back in time and trying to fix his marriage. And like, it was just weird. There were a couple of moments where Iron Man was in there and that was a little funny. But it like not laugh out loud funny, just kind of like tiny smirk funny. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it might get better, but I won't know it because I'm most likely not going to watch any more of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find like a review somewhere else and see what they say. I'm pretty sure like at least other people I talked to that tried to watch it did not get past episode 1. So
and see that's bad because like you and I both have a lot of friends that are comic book fans.
Right.
They're Marvel fans, and for the most part kind of stand behind, you know, everything they put out. Right. I have to say that this is a fail, and maybe this is why it's on Hulu and not Disney Plus.
There you go.
No shade against Hulu, but everything that Marvel's put on Disney Plus has been bangers.
Yep.
This was like the stepchild.
Yeah. They're like, just put it over there on Hulu. We'll deal with it later.
You know, if it's good, we'll bring it over, and if it sucks, then we won't talk about it.
Nah, yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, you guys, if you don't have Hulu and you were thinking about getting it for that show, don't do it. It's just not even worth it. It wasn't even worth the trial. If I would have did that free trial and didn't already have Hulu for the purpose of watching that show, I would have been pissed. Like it was free
my 7 days.
Right, you wasted my 7 days and I still want a refund. Like, can I get a redo, please?
That's funny.
Okay, but so yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to like movie stuff, releases coming soon, stuff that may have come out during the time that we were away, or in one case that I have here, I just haven't talked about it because I didn't watch the show first.
Okay.
So the first one is Cruella. Now that one we talked about here before on the podcast, and it's in theaters as well as online at Disney Plus. So you could go either way with watching that. Mm-hmm. I've heard mixed reviews. Like not in the good way. Like
Really?
it's very polarizing. Like either people really liked it or they were just like, it's not for me. Did you see it?
Not yet.
Or are you interested in
I
it?
am in it. Yes, I am interested in it. I think I like when people take the villain and then kind of like change maybe how they became the villain.
Right.
I think they did that with the Wizard of Oz. They did that with Maleficent, and now
Mm-hmm.
this. So I'm like, I'm interested in it. So I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. I mean, mm, I don't know. It looks cool enough from the trailer, but I guess it's good to kind of form your own opinion a lot of times because sometimes people are wrong. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
people are just haters.
Right.
I don't really know what to think of it. They didn't really give you a whole heck of a lot from the trailer. So I think it's going to be like a TBD situation for me.
Gotcha. I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh, when she said like, haters, like we're not hating on Mordok. Mordok just sucks. Just let y'all know that. I brought back
Oh,
Mordok. Yeah. I know you're talking about watching like reviews on this to see whether or not it's good.
yeah.
Also, getting your own opinion on Cruella. But I was saving
Right.
everybody their time on Mordok. I went back there. Just let them know that we're not hating on it. It just sucks. That is all. So we can go
I
back to
mean,
Cruella.
you can call it what you want. It's not hating. It's just like it's not my ministry. You know what I'm saying? I could take it or leave it.
Gotcha. But back to Cruella. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Cruella is like, give me them puppies. And I think this is like before she got to that situation. And I guess what made her into that sort of thing. I don't know. Mm,
I'm curious. Like, it is a very weird villain to begin with because
mhm,
she's like trying to kill a bunch of dogs.
right?
But I'm like, I mean, what has to have happened in her past so tragic that she becomes that way? Like,
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she got bit or peed on. I don't know. But I don't know.
Why you
I,
out here?
I, R. Kelly. I don't know. But anyway, like,
No. No. Don't do those puppies like that. They don't deserve that.
oh my gosh. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what was so bad for her to turn a villain in 101 Dalmatians. Yeah.
I mean, she seemed like she was always kind of snarky, like had that witty sense of humor. So maybe,
We'll
you
see.
know.
I will see for sure. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not going to theaters yet, but I'll probably get it on Disney Plus and check it out.
Yeah, I
I'm
wouldn't go
glad
to
you
the
mentioned that.
theaters there. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's like
Gross.
that's hard pass.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the next one I have is Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Uh Samurai Champloo, is that you? Because that's what I was thinking.
Really?
When I heard Mugen. No, Mugen.
Okay, I got you.
No, okay, so I haven't seen it, but I really
Yeah.
want to. I know it's been out for a minute, but I finally watched the show and loved it. I'm
Mhm.
like, why did I wait this long to watch the show? Now I need more episodes and I can't. So, did you already go see the movie?
No, and everybody's like, I cried at the end. I'm like, what?
It was just a single tear, those thug tears,
That's what
okay?
that's exactly what they're saying, yo. And I'm
One single thug tear.
like, am I ready for this? Is this that good? Okay, cool. Okay,
Right.
I'm okay. No emotion showing, just that
Uh,
one little.
yeah, just a single one. And you got to like have a serious face when it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, but I really like the story. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's pretty cool. It kind of gives me a little bit of Inuyasha vibes.
Yes.
The Because of like, the I want to say like maybe it's because of the era that they're in and I don't know, there's just different elements of older animes that it reminds me of.
Right.
But
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, I
um
agree.
I want to know more about, the other slayers. So I heard season 2 was coming up in the fall, I think. So I'm
I'm
waiting for
excited.
that. I'm excited, but I am gonna
Right.
go to the theater. Like, holla at me. Let's go watch it. Let's have a watch party, okay?
Right.
I mean, we still gonna distance, and I'm still wearing a mask,
Yep.
but I still want to go see it with like other people,
I want them far away. Like,
right?
oh, just wave at me.
Right.
Yeah, just waving
Corona
thumbs
is
up.
still out here in full force. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay. So the next one I have is A Quiet Place Part 2. And so Quiet Place, if you guys haven't seen it, which I didn't even see it until it was like on video. But so it's the family that was followed in the first movie, and they must now face the terrors of the outside world as they continue their fight for survival in silence. The forced to venture into the unknown, they quickly realize that the creatures that hunt by sound are not the only threats that lurk beyond the sand path. So, Office Jim is what I call him, aka John Krasinski. I know his real name, but I am like, I'm all about The Office. So he actually directed the movie. And I saw an interview, I don't remember who he was talking to, but he said they initially made this film with the intention for people to watch it in the theaters, like, before the pandemic happened,
Right.
because all this stuff gets filmed like years in advance. And I thought that was pretty cool. It makes me actually want to go see it in the theaters to see what makes that experience different than watching it at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though I didn't see the first one in the theater, I kind of regret not doing that. And I kind of wish that they would do like a double feature sort of thing, like show the
That'd be
first
cool.
one and
Mm-hmm.
then the second one so you could get that experience if you missed it the first time.
Right.
So, do you think that you will watch that? Did you watch the first one?
Yeah, I watched the first one and I'm ready for the second one. I know it's gonna have some prequel stuff, like stuff that happened prior to. So I want to know that stuff too.
Right.
There was like some talking, I guess, conversations inside there, which I think is changing up the way that this show is, but I'm still interested in it. And what I mean by changing it up is the first movie was like a silent film in a way.
Well, yeah.
It was like you can't talk. So it put that fear in, I guess, the audience about speaking, or what if you, or giving you questions like, what if you sneeze in your sleep or talk in your sleep, like you die, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in this trailer you have people having like conversations, and it's kind of like, I wonder what they did or what they're doing to be in that place to where they can talk. So I don't know, I loved it, the first one, so I will go to the theater and see this one too.
Yeah, and it's like me being petty, I would just go to the theater just to randomly, when it gets really quiet and tense, just to be like, and see how many people freak out in the theater. I don't want to do that in my group of people, but it would be funny.
Out.
Yeah, they are. Ma'am,
this way.
You gotta go. But no, I mean, I agree with that. I think that it just is a testament to how well they did in the acting perspective, because they didn't have the dialogue to carry the movie. They had to emulate everything through like facial expressions, body language. There was minimal like sounds, like maybe like a shh or something like that, but
right,
for the most part, it was no dialogue, like you said. So that's really cool as a concept for a movie. And so I didn't think they'd be able to do a part 2, but here we are. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, me too.
Yeah. Okay, so next movie I have is Spiral, Saw. It's in the Saw franchise, and it stars Chris Rock and Sam Jackson, so I'm hyped. Okay, I like them both. And I pulled the synopsis off of the website. It says, working in the shadow of his father. Oh, Lionsgate Films was it. I'm sorry. Working in the shadow of his father, an esteemed police veteran, Samuel L. Jackson, brash detective Ezekiel Zeke Banks, Chris Rock, and his rookie partner, Max Minghella, take charge of a grisly investigation into murders that are eerily reminiscent of the city's gruesome past. Unwittingly entrapped in a deepening mystery, Zeke finds himself at the center of the killer's morbid game. So, if you're familiar with Saw, the killer is Jigsaw. Now, I would assume, at least because I haven't finished all the films, but now I'm doing that. It's HBO Max has the entire series of Saw. So I was like legit watching the first one today. I forgot all about it. And it's really, really good. So I'm looking forward to watching the others, so I can actually be prepared to watch that one.
Right.
I've heard mixed reviews about it. And online you kind of see mixed reviews. but I still want to see it based on the cast alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what do you think about that?
See, you I may have watched like 2 Saw movies
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, and I have not watched anything recent. But the fact that you're going to have Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock on set together, that's going to
Yeah.
be hilarious. Even though it's not
No,
like a
but
comedy, I
I was just
know.
about to say,
But this, when I see them, I'm just going to laugh. And I know they got some range. I know Chris Rock has range. I know he doesn't really show, but I know that he has it. I know that Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson, but it should be good. Like I'm interested in seeing what they do in this series,
right.
in this franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in seeing it because I've never seen Chris Rock do anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a very dark film. If it's in the Saw series, nothing about that is lighthearted.
Right.
You know, and the fact that he's a comedian and going for something that's like the polar opposite of everything else that he does,
Mm-hmm.
which is comedy. I mean, that's he has to have some like faith in that, and I just think that for them to cast him in the role, he had to prove that he could do it.
Right.
And so, like, you know, yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out when comedians do more serious stuff, but when it does, they nail it. So
Yes.
I just, I'm hopeful for this. I really am.
I know Jim Carrey had a movie. I don't know if it's called 27 or 7, but that was one of his most serious movies, and it was really good. Like coming off of the straight comedy stuff and hitting that psychological type thriller type movie where it just changed your perspective on things. Like it was really
Right.
good. So yeah, I definitely have faith in Chris Rock to do this right here.
Yeah. Me too. So looking forward to it. You guys let us know if you've seen it already. It's been out for a minute, but we haven't seen it. So let us
Right.
know what you thought. Okay, and my last one I have listed because I can't remember if we talked about it or not is Mortal Kombat. Did we talk about that already? Like we
Uh
brought it up that it was coming out, but I don't
yeah,
remember if we
right.
discussed it.
We didn't discuss it, and
Right.
you were like, Rain, you better watch that movie. And I was like, I'm gonna watch it, and I never did.
How dare you?
I know. Look, I just never did. Like, listen,
Bruh,
my work schedule's
listen.
been bananas. I'm
Work
sorry.
doesn't have what's work got to do. Got to do. Because you had like over a month.
Yeah, no.
When did we talk about no, bruh?
This is
You
like
can
the
watch
longest I
another
sat
stuff.
down right here.
This is not
How long has it
lies.
been? 23 minutes? Yeah.
Lies.
This is it's like the longest. It is on my list, along with Demon Slayer. So it's like right there. But we can talk about it. I mean, you can talk about it now. Listen, look, I'm not like worried about spoilers. So I mean, what can you spoil about Mortal Kombat that we already don't know?
Well, you haven't seen the movie, so you don't know the storyline or what happened, and that kind of like
I just can't like converse with you. I just listen like, all right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say that it's in HBO Max and theaters, and I didn't hate it, but there were things I didn't care for. I thought that the character of Cole was cool, but I don't think he was necessary. He was just kind of filler.
Okay.
Just to me. I feel like it felt rushed. Some of the characters were straight up disrespected, and I feel like that was on both sides. I won't give you too much spoiler, but like Kung Lao and Natara are two that come to mind when I make that statement.
Mm-hmm.
They just deserve better than what they got. You know, like that's it. That's what we're doing. And I have to wonder if some of that stuff wasn't due to like budget or time constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really know how long that they were filming this movie or how long it was in production, if COVID had something to do with it. You know?
Yeah.
I still think Scorpion was legit. He's the homie. He's my fave. But other than that, go watch that movie, man.
Yeah, I heard like
Y'all
the
get
Earth.
in his comments. Y'all get in his comments and ask him every day, has he watched that movie until he watches that movie?
Not yet. But I heard like the Earth Fighters were not that good. Like if they, they would have lost. And I also heard that, like I said, it wasn't bad, but again, it was missing some points. And maybe it
Right.
did have something to do with like budget stuff. Like I watched that first 10-minute clip of Sub-Zero and Scorpion, like the whole family thing. And
Mhm.
I grew up loving like Sub-Zero. And that one clip alone had me rethinking, like, why do I like Sub-Zero so much if he's like this kind of person? You know what I mean? Like, that's who I played with all the time. And I think that's what it
Yeah.
was. But as a character, he's awful. So I can only imagine what this movie. You know what? I'm just gonna
Well,
watch it.
it's one of those things where Sub-Zero is almost like kind of passed down, like the abilities in a Lin Kuei.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, they're all kind of just cold. I mean, no pun intended.
Boom.
I know,
Yeah.
right? That's what it feels like though. But Scorpion I felt like had a definitive story and you can like relate and you actually connect with Scorpion.
Okay.
At least, from my perspective, because like they came for your family, dude. Who is not going to be pissed about that?
Right. For
So,
real.
yeah, so that was this his whole MO basically is revenge. And how do I get it? And I'm going to do whatever I have to get it. Now, does he get derailed along the way? Sure. But, he's had a rough life and a rough afterlife.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know when.
Okay. No, you won't. All right, next story. So, PlayStation has made a bunch of the PS2 classics $5 on PS4, but it's a limited time kind of offer. So it's basically like retro and remaster sale, and you can get it until June the 2nd. The caveat is that if you're on PS5, you can't buy it, but you can buy it on the PS4 and use it like retroactively on the PS5.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that's weird. Like if you're gonna do it, just
Right. Like,
do
why
it.
can't you buy it
Aren't
on? That's
yeah,
weird.
like, aren't you trying to encourage people to upgrade? But whatever.
Are they?
So yeah, they are. I want one, but I don't have one. Okay, so I feel like you're laughing at me. Okay, so I'm going to post here in the chat that this is the link where you can go check out like everything that's on sale as far as that goes. This is a PlayStation Store. But some of the things that they have are like the OG Doom 1 and 2, Twisted Metal, Blaster Master Zero, Primal, Midnight Deluxe, and a whole bunch of arcade style games. And then they also have Days of Play, or that's what they're calling the sale. And you can get some of the stuff up to 75% off. Some of the ones that stood out to me: Remnant from the Ashes, Jump Force, Monster Hunter, Days Gone, Borderlands 3, Mortal Kombat XL, Spider Man, Overwatch, Need for Speed, Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake. Those are just a few
Nice.
that I pulled like quickly.
Yeah.
But, they're at least 50% off, I believe, on most of those. And might have to pick a couple of those up.
Right. Oh yeah. Twisted Metal for sure. Jump Force, Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a good selection.
Okay. What do you think you're going to pick any up?
Twisted Metal for sure.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, Twisted
Yeah.
Metal, Jump Force, again, Need for Speed. Probably both Resident Evils. Yeah, I'm gonna get those.
I don't know why you're getting Resident Evil. You're not going to play it.
Listen, Resident Evil's not scary to me. Okay? It's not as scary.
Have you played the one with Nemesis? Talk to
The
me
big
after you play that one.
All right.
That dude busts through the walls like Kool-Aid Man. Download the demo.
Okay.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, and I gotta stream it too, don't I? I think I gotta stream like every scary game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
part of
So
the deal. Yeah.
we were talking about that. So I try to stream scary games and I always get scared. And he likes to laugh at me and troll me while I'm playing these games. So I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to finish Bendy. Bendy and the Ink Machine always freaks me out so bad. I can't explain it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, oh yeah, I'll play it. It seems pretty cool. And I said, okay, only if I get to do commentary. So you guys let me know if you want to see it because I'm going to be there
Ah,
for moral support and encouragement
that is hilarious.
and shade. So
And
much shade.
petty.
Payback is real. But I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah. So let us know if that's something you guys want to see.
Should we stream
Um,
on the Geeks Advocate?
well, yeah, I'll just
Yeah. All right.
post it on my channel or something.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So, are you playing any games in particular right now that you're like
Um,
loving or maybe something you didn't really care for?
I man, what am I playing? Um, I did buy. Man, you got me on the spot too, because like it's that game that just came out on PS5, and it starts with a R. I can't time. Anyway, it's the game that came out on PS5. It's a PS5 game only, and it features a woman who, when you die, you come back.
Oh, Returnal?
Yes, so I bought that. I haven't played it yet. My friends are like, "You got to start playing it now." Um, so that's what I'm going to play, and I also
Yeah.
picked up the Mass Effect Golden Edition, and I've been playing through the first one again on PC. So, yes, those are my games that I'm playing right now.
Okay.
How
Sounds
about
good.
yourself?
So recently or last weekend, I was playing, not last weekend, this is like 2 days ago. Oh my God, all days ran together. Resident Evil 6.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing that in our weekly Resident Evil Ratchet, or Resident Ratchet, I guess that's what we called it. Christopher Fury and I. So it's a co-op game, so we have been playing that a good bit. It's pretty fun. We have a good time. I feel like people enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we played that and Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is like a fun. I would have said a mindless game, but it has a good story. It's
Okay.
like a side scroller beat 'em up, but it does get kind of real sometimes. Like I get my butt kicked a lot, and thank God for the continues because I would not have made it this far in this game. Like I am so out of practice, but it's so much fun. Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
into the Karate Kid, that's a good one.
Cool.
Overwatch, I've been picking up again. I want to get ready for when part 2 comes out. So I've been trying to practice with my mains, which are like Sombra. I like Diva. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to learn how to play Mercy because I find a lot of times there's not a healer on the team, and you're kind of in trouble if you don't have a healer. So
Are you playing on PC?
yeah, I play on
Okay.
PC.
Overwatch.
Yeah. And I believe, yeah, that was one of the ones on sale. So
Okay.
and then also Ori and the Blind Forest. That game is awesome. I haven't finished it, but I like that there's a nice level of difficulty in it. The graphics are gorgeous, and it's just like a really engaging story. So, the beginning is really sad. I'm like, oh no, it's Baymax. Studio Ghibli Baymax is what we called it. And so, yeah, you just have to watch it. And I need to get back into it so I can play it some more. So maybe I'll do that later. We'll see.
Cool. I'm gonna get Overwatch because I haven't played it, and if you got a whole thing going on, then I won't mind playing either. And I could be the healer. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
I mean, there's more than one character. I just like Mercy because she has those wings and she can fly.
Gotcha.
It's mostly the costume. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. But so, like, my last story that I have is for Apple Podcast subscription service. Have you heard that?
Nope.
They're coming out with that. Like, I know you don't care about Apple, but you should in the realm of no, don't shake your head because like 75% of our listeners
you sent me that,
are
and I was
Apple.
like, you're correct.
Exactly.
My bad. I've been wrong.
Y'all get in those DMs. Tell them to stop hating on Apple.
I appreciate all of you. I do.
But anyway, they are holding off on launching that until June. So basically what it is, the long and short of it is that it's a Patreon for people that make like podcasts and stuff. that release it on Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So like the listeners would pay a monthly fee to subscribe to their creators that that they like, and they can unlock unique perks. So there's like an affiliate program and all of that stuff. But the reason why they're delaying it is because they've had like, like stuff on the back end that they have to tweak. And it's kind of been affecting people's content. So that's why they're waiting. Some of it had to do with the latest update to the iOS, which is 14.5. But it allows the podcasters to set their own prices, perks, and bonus content, such as ad free listening or early access to new releases. And so Apple will get like 30% in the first year and 15% in subsequent years.
Okay.
So, I mean, that'll be cool. I
I think
think. I
so.
don't,
Yeah.
you know. Um, and then it also says that a new channels feature planned to debut alongside the service will add the option to browse lists of recommended shows, including both free and paid versions curated by the creators. That's the first I've ever heard of anything like that. And so I think
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to allow creators to actually start making some money off of the podcast because truth be told, we put a lot of money into them, whether we charge for it or not.
Right.
So it's like a way for people to give back without, I guess being over the top and get something in return.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, would you ever consider doing something like that?
Oh yeah. Like you said, we put, it's not about this, but we do put money
Yeah.
into it, like using
Yeah.
the platforms that we use to record and put out.
Mhm.
And it'd be helpful, even if it's just like even things out, it'll,
Right.
but like adding like perks and stuff like that, I would love to see like our listeners and viewers like wear our merch and things like that. So
Yeah.
I guess that's something that, what you think they could be looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have merch yet. That's like
We
I
will.
don't even know if people are interested in that yet, so we'll see. But it could even be like how we were talking about doing the Twitch streams.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like a, subscriber only kind of thing. It just
Right.
time will tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got. Do you have any additional stories?
I do have a few. First, we're going to start off with the CW. Now, CW is known for shows like The Flash and Arrow. What's the one where they travel back in time a bunch of times? I didn't like that show, so I'm not going to.
Legends of Tomorrow?
Legends of Tomorrow, yes.
Okay.
CW is actually going to do a new show called Naomi. Now, Naomi is
you've been
based off.
posting the crap out of this.
I know, because I saw this, and like I'm just big on like Black heroes. Just gonna say it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that's like really missing. And this is like her own comic. It's not like she is a character based from another character or like the sidekick for none of that. This is like her origin and beginning. And Naomi will feature, I think it's Casey Wallfall. It's the actress that's playing Naomi, and it's written and executive producer is Ava DuVernay. And I'm just excited with her work, period. So CW, Naomi, fun. Based on the comic book, like this is just season 1. This is, I believe, the first 7 comics. It is her origin. And basically you see a point where she gets this outfit. It's really dope. It's very, very different. And you'll see it. You have to either read it or watch the show. And I just can't wait for the show. So you have any thoughts on Naomi? I know I've been posting it like you said, but
not really, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even click on it because I was like, I don't know who this is, and I kept scrolling. And it's like no shade because I do appreciate, seeing more Black characters in media, and that's really cool. But I can't get excited about a character I know nothing about, so I can't really comment on it. I mean, I'm sure it's cool, but I just never heard of it until I saw that post.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be dope, I think. And I mean, CW has done well with a lot of DC shows. That's one thing I think I give them credit for. Like their movies are okay, but their shows are very like in depth and super dope. So I'm excited for whatever the CW puts out superhero wise. Uh,
Not whatever they put out. You didn't
so
like Legends of Tomorrow. No,
well, like it
I'm like,
wasn't.
how is that show on this long?
That's
I
where I
do
was
not
at.
like that show.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know,
I
man.
tried. I tried so hard.
It sucked because I had to watch some of those episodes because they would do those like the blended episodes where
The
part one, the
crossovers.
crossovers. Yes, I'm just
Yeah.
like, I gotta watch this. I gotta
Yeah.
watch Legends of Tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. That's just
That's
one
like
show
the
though.
only time I watched it, to be honest. When they
Yeah,
cross over with the Flash, they cross over with Arrow. Those are like the only times I watched the
yeah,
show.
that's
I don't
it.
even watch Black Lightning, so I don't know if they've done it or not. But
They
like,
did.
it just listen. I didn't get into that one
That's
because
a different story.
it looked.
I
Black
wasn't too
Lightning looked
fond of it either.
sus. It looked sus. I mean,
Yeah. My
that's
mom.
another story for another
Yeah,
day.
my mom watched it. Yeah, we'll
Does
save
she
that
like
for
it?
it. My mom said, and this is my mom, and I agree with her 100%. She's like, why is it
Do it
that
in the voice.
no, it's no way. I like to eat, you know what I'm saying?
She's never gonna know. It's just
What you
you and
mean?
me.
She watches. My mom watches.
Okay,
So,
okay.
but I can't. I can't. What
Do
voice
it
are you
anyway.
talking about?
You know the one that you do for your mom?
Wow. I see.
No.
Wow.
All right.
But
So what did she say?
she was saying that, Green Arrow and the Flash can save like the world. Of course, they focus on their city, but it's like the world. Whereas Black Lightning, a lot of like black heroes, your focus is your community. You know what I mean? Like not even the city. It's just like your neighborhood. And you have Black Lightning, who is Black Lightning, like electricity powers, who can go out and save the world. But they restrict his character to deal with like drug use, violence, just the black community. And they minimize black characters like that. So that's what they did with this show, where it's just like, cool, you get to take care of your block. You got all these powers, but this is what you're limited to. So that's all. That's the reason why I really didn't really watch Black Lightning.
That's fair. That's fair. It's like it's a much less epic scale, and the stakes are a lot lower. I kind of feel like Luke Cage got that treatment a little bit too.
I think so.
Because when you think about it, I mean, it's New York City, but it was only like specific parts of New York City.
Right.
And it wasn't even until like the Defenders that you get to see him go outside of it and start working with the other heroes.
Right.
Now that's something I miss is the Netflix Marvel shows because they were actually really good. I love Jessica Jones. I did the cosplay. Luke Cage was great. They were just starting to build up, momentum. They got Misty Knight in that last season.
Yep.
And then it went away. Daredevil was really good. A lot of people didn't care for Iron Fist, but I thought season 2 was a lot better than season 1.
I agree with that.
And then I also thought that he got a little bit better in the Defenders when he was interacting with the other characters. So I just think maybe they were trying to find their, like their footing with the first season.
I think so. Yeah, I agree.
And so, I just, I get that. It just seemed a little cheesy and a little like, I've seen this show before. There was nothing to really grab me. Not to mention, every time I look at him, I think about living single and I can't unsee it. So that doesn't help.
I didn't even think about that. That's another reason not to watch.
You know what I'm saying? Khadijah! Like it was just, I can't unsee it. But here we are. It's probably a great show, but I just...
Yeah.
Maybe one day it will be my Mortal Kombat and I'll finally watch it. You like how I call that back?
Oh, wow. Hey, I'm getting hit today. Okay, that's cool. So moving on is State of Play Sony. Sony had their State of Play this week, and it was showcasing Horizon Forgotten West. And I watched this 20-minute video at least 4 times. I thoroughly enjoyed the first game. It was very beautiful. The character was very fleshed out. The action was good. It was just a very good game on PS4. And then they showcased this back in January where they show like a little trailer of what it was, which is an expansion of the world. Because in the first game, you're technically in like Colorado area, and this will take you further out. Now, I'm not sure about what new characters will be there, but they got a lot of new abilities. It's gonna be new outfits that she can wear that has different abilities, different creatures. Like like in this, there are creatures that are robotic, and then you have creatures that are flesh. But like they added some of the robotic creatures in and things that you can do with them. So
Right.
I'm super excited for this, and it looks great. If you get a chance, if anybody has anything 4K, watch it in 4K because it's like, have you seen anything on it?
Nope.
What?
Honestly, I guess I missed that state of play. Normally,
Mhm.
I catch them, but like, I just feel like they really haven't been advertising the stuff the way that they typically
Right.
do.
That's
And if
true.
you're not paying attention, it's very easy to miss.
Yep,
The
that's
only
true.
reason I even know what I know about E3 coming up is because I've been getting emails,
Mhm.
so yeah, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
state of play. Somebody posted a video talking about what to expect from it, and I was like, "What you mean?" And then I went on, I went on YouTube. That was me like waking up, like, "What you mean? What you mean to expect?" And
Right.
I was like, "Okay." So it's like I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and I just watched
Mhm.
it, and it was good. That's what I was looking for a long time anyway, back in
Mhm.
January. But yeah, definitely go check it out. It's like the actual gameplay is about 15 minutes long, maybe 15, but they have
Mhm.
some talking points like in the beginning and at the end. That's about another 3 minutes. So very good one.
Sounds like it. I'll have to
Right.
check it out.
Moving on is the PS5 upping production. They are going to be pushing out more consoles, right, for
Yay!
the
So
summer.
when you gonna
So
send me my PS5, Sony?
right, because she been waiting.
I
She been
know.
waiting. I mean, she was on the fence at first, just to let y'all know.
No,
But
I was never on the fence about it. It was the simple fact that,
you couldn't get one.
yeah, well, one, I couldn't get one. Two, everything I wanted to play was on the PS4 anyway, so it didn't matter.
Right.
Three, I was like, for what they're charging for this thing, I could upgrade my PC because most of them, they put it out on both
Right.
PC and PlayStation. So I wasn't really pressed. Yeah, I want one, but I wasn't pressed about it.
You're not missing nothing. I'm not
Don't
gonna sit
don't
here and
don't do
like
me like that.
I'm
You
not
trying to
gonna
get me in trouble with Sony.
You hear that? Yeah, I tried. You try to get me in trouble
That's
with my
messed up.
mama, so what's worse?
Sony.
Oh man. But honestly, this is coming from a PS5 owner. Like it's cool to have it,
Mhm.
but the games that I am playing are on PS4. Um, except for Returnal, which I haven't even started playing yet. And of course, I'm excited for Horizon. But honestly, everybody that I know are playing games that are on PS4. Final Fantasy, is it
Remake?
no? Well, the remake, but also the MMO.
14.
Yeah, I got people playing that, and they had a new expansion come out, so people are playing that on PS5, but you can still play that on PS4. I'm still playing 7 Days to Die, and that's a PC PS4 game.
Taking you
So
7 years to die, isn't it?
nah, it's a long time. Long time. But yeah, I know you're excited about it. You already expressed it, but hopefully during the summer you'll have your PS5.
Yeah, I'm also hoping, well, no, it's not even the summer anymore. I wanted Back for Blood, but
Mm-hmm.
now they pushed that back to October, and I'm so sad about that. Like,
Oh
I feel
man.
personally attacked.
Right. It would have been this month. Well, next month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
Well, next month is like a
two
couple
days
days
away.
away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm still excited for
Yeah.
it. Like, I guess that gives them more time to clean things up, which I'm not mad about. I think
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, you don't want you don't want a game this hyped up to be trash. So,
exactly. Because people are going to go off that first impression, those
right.
reviews, and that will determine whether they buy it or not. I would rather wait longer and have a clean game than you
Mm-hmm.
to rush it out, and then we end up with Cyberpunk Gate again. So
I still have not put that back in, but that's another I'm not playing it. I have it. I'm just But
Yeah.
anyway, other PS5 news, and this is my last news, is that the PS5 VR2, which is their virtual reality headset, has better resolution than the Oculus Rift 2, which is super dope because honestly, like when you're wearing VR, you do get a little bit of the low resolution.
Mhm.
So games don't really look that great compared to how they look on screen, but it still gives you that sense of what's what I'm looking for, involvement in the game.
Mhm.
So they say that this is just new information, and they keep putting out new information every month. I'm looking forward to getting another VR for PlayStation. I hope that it's like more wireless than what it's been, because right now you do have to have a wire going to your headsets into like a box, and that box goes into your PlayStation. It's just a lot, you know.
Mhm.
So hopefully it goes wireless. Are you interested in the PSVR 2?
Probably not. I would probably be more inclined to get an Oculus over that because PlayStation, y'all get me once, you ain't gonna get me twice. I bought a PlayStation camera and that thing is right over there collecting dust right now.
Yeah,
I can't use it for anything except PlayStation. And even then, the camera quality,
it's
y'all are
awful.
wrong for that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
y'all are
awful.
wrong for that. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I have a friend that streams on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure they're using the PlayStation app to do it. And I'm thinking about giving them the camera because I'm never going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like, if I'm on the PlayStation like that, chances are I'm not trying to be on camera anyway. So, I don't know. I've already been burned once, Sony.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
So,
always bought like their mini accessories, except for the camera. That's the only thing I didn't get. I
well,
think when
that's
the
when I first started streaming on Twitch. I didn't have another option.
yeah, I got you. But now look at you, big
Yeah. Well,
balling.
not really. Level up a little bit.
I
Far from balling, sir.
hear you. I hear you. But that's all I
Like,
got.
yeah. I think the Oculus, though, has a lot more versatility than PlayStation because everything they do is like proprietary, just like Apple does. You
Right.
know, like you
That's true.
have to use their stuff in order for it to work.
Mhm.
So to me, if I were going to invest that money, I would rather just get an Oculus
Right.
because it might be compatible with the PlayStation.
That's true. And there's a lot of games
So,
that are, like you say, on PlayStation that are also on PC.
mhm.
So you'll still be able to like play them anyway in VR and other stuff too. So yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, you said that's your last story?
That's my last story. That's it.
Okay. So that is it for the new. Now we move on to our next segment, which is for the culture.
For the culture.
For the childrens.
For the childrens.
For your mom and them. Okay.
Mom and them.
So okay. So for the culture this week, you chose the topic, correct?
I did. And it's more so like a question because it's that time frame now.
Right.
I got my second shot. And I know you got your second shot. So what do you plan on doing now as a nerd and in this geek culture world moving forward? Because now things are starting to open up. Not just conventions, but just like events and things like that. Not necessarily what your plans are, but what are you looking forward to doing now? Like you're free. Your chains are kind of off in a way since you're vaccinated.
We ain't never gonna be free, okay? The Rona is still out here. Like, I don't know why everybody is just like, you know, just like going nuts because only half of the population is vaccinated.
Right.
The other half are lying about being vaccinated and or doubling down and saying that, I'm not going to get the vaccine because I don't know what's in it, yada, yada.
Right.
And nobody wants to wear a mask now.
Right.
Except for me because, no.
I mean,
no, ma'am.
Keep mine close. I mean,
right.
Literally like right here. So
yeah. And like, so all these conventions are announcing opening room blocks and reserving tickets and stuff. Dragon Con has pretty much said we are, as of now, going to be doing our thing this year. I can't say that I'm going to be there. I might be there virtually, I might be there in spirit, but we've already discussed once before.
Right.
If you have to tell people to shower, what in the hell makes you think they're going to be out here sanitizing, washing their hands, distancing? We've already, established that they don't want to wear a mask.
Right.
And, I don't think that's safe. People share drinks and food and all of that stuff at conventions. Dragon Con has like 80 to 100K. That is a
A
lot
lot of
of
people
people in
in
one
us.
space.
Yes.
And even with the smaller convention, I guess I might be more inclined to go, but I still would be hesitant, and I would have all costumes with masks.
Right.
I just I don't know what my plans are. So I guess to answer your question, make cosplays,
There you go.
do photo shoots,
There you go.
and maybe create our own little baby cons that aren't really established with anything, but just have a group of friends that are all vaccinated.
Yes.
And we just kind of do our own thing because.
And that's where I'm leaning towards myself. Like for me, photography is like definitely like pushed up. Yeah. And being vaccinated, I do feel safer, not in the sense of like going to large events. Like there's no way I'm going to Dragon Con. Like I was like at a fair and never felt so like guilty. And
what was it like, the Ren Fest, or was it just like a fair?
It was just like a fair, and it was packed, yo.
What'd
like,
you eat?
I tried to eat. I tried to eat a corn dog. They didn't have none. I waited in line for like 35 minutes, no corn dog. And he had an attitude with me because he didn't have a corn dog. I was like, look, I just wanted a corn dog. Anyway, it was so many people there, and it was just like anxiety and tell people, like no mask, but mostly didn't. There was children and stuff, and again, I don't know who's been vaccinated, but I'm pretty sure like 90% of them were not. So me thinking about like big events is still a no-go. The small cons, like very small cons, I don't mind. As long as I'm like outside most of the time. And of course I have my mask still, but things are looking better, at least here, at least in my city. I won't say Alabama as a whole, but in the city. Shops that I usually go to still require masks, which I like. I'm not taking my mask off if I have to go to a place where the employees have to wear masks. Like I don't think that makes any sense. So for me, a little better. Again, photography, getting back into sewing more so I can do some cosplays, preparing for hopefully like 2022, 2023, where like hopefully Rona is not gone, of course, because it's gonna be forever, but not really something that I'm worried about.
Well, I think given more time next year would be more feasible to start doing stuff. Like KatsuCon, I feel like is a little more hopeful for me personally because it's not until next year. Now, I don't know if that's changed since I saw this earlier this week, but they posted that the room block was open, and somebody asked the question, well, why haven't you posted COVID protocols? And instead of like, kind of like supporting this person, it was like people are just trying to get excited about the convention. And I'm like, priorities.
Right. Yeah.
If all of your attendees are infected with COVID, you're not going to have a convention. And in fact, you might have a lawsuit on your hands. And I feel like most of these conventions have already established that it's better to have the plan and not need it.
Right.
So I felt a little shaky about that, but just the time frame is a lot better than Dragon Con, which is in the fall.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. But that's my for the culture. Thanks for your input, because like that means a lot, first of all, and again, like you said, Rona's not over yet, so gots to be careful. Gots to be more careful.
Oh my God. What year are we in? Okay. Oh, hear the banjos in the background. All
Mhm.
right, we're going to move on to our spotlight of the week. And Rain has chosen our spotlight of the week. So hit us.
Raquel Lilly is from New York, but lives in Birmingham, Alabama, and is an artist. And she's very super talented. First of all, plays the guitar, and she's on Twitch at Raquel Lilly at Raquel. So it'd be Twitch on the bottom, twitch.tv/Raquel. Also on Spotify, you can find her music there as well, and like her updates on her shows and stuff on her website at raquellilly.com. I know she's involved in like cosplay and in the nerd community as well. Did some work with a few people that I know in Birmingham that do like music videos for cosplay conventions and stuff like that. So I want to give her a shout out because recently I just heard like a couple of her songs pop up on my Facebook, and I was thinking like it'd be cool to, I guess, promote somebody that's like not too far away from me. So check her out. She's super dope, super fun to watch, especially on Twitch. I know she had a podcast. I don't know if it's still running. It was called Higher Than Podcast. So Hi There. I'm sorry. Hi There Podcast. My apologies.
Oh, like what kind of podcast is that?
I read it wrong, but like they be having some dope interviews. So at least the past year. So just check them out or check her out, and let us know what you think in the I guess YouTube. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Anyway, just let us know what you think. And yeah, Raquel Lilly, if I'm saying her name right. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, guys, make sure to check her out on all those platforms we have listed below here on the video. And I think, yeah, we usually post them also on YouTube on that playback.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that wraps it up for this week's episode of the Geeks Advocate podcast. Thanks for tuning in for this live episode. You can also listen to the audio version of our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, iHeart, and now Pandora. So, yeah, make sure to follow us on social media at The Geeks Advocate on Instagram, facebook.com/The Geeks Advocate, and at The Geeks Advocate on Twitter. You can also contact us at thegeeksadvocate@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or requests that you may have. Any final thoughts, words?
Thank you all for watching again and being involved. We appreciate the patience with us. This was a fun episode, so I appreciate you too, Pleeko. I know you're busy doing your thing. So yes, I have fun.
All right. So we appreciate you guys for watching, listening, and we'll catch you next week for another episode.
All right. Peace.